We're on Oholot, Perek Zayin Mishnah Hey, 5th Mishnah in the 7th chapter of Masechet Oholot. We've been talking about when a child is born or stillborn and the tumah that causes in the house. So now we're going to talk about what happens if there are twins and one of them is stillborn. Says the Mishnah, Yatzah Rishon meit v'hasheni chai. If the first child is stillborn of the twins and the second one is alive, tahor. Who is tahor? Tahor hasheni chai, meaning the second child is tahor mitumat meit, from tuma, when im hotzio hameit min habayit kodem leidat hasheni. So the first one is born, it's born stillborn, lo aleinu, nebach, it's a terrible situation, but then they remove that child from the house. Let's say it's a house of Kohani. I don't know why it's important to keep the second child tahor. They remove the child from the house, and then the second one is born. So then the second one is tahor. When the child is still in its mother's womb, lo nitma, it won't become tameh. Even though the kever, remember the kever here refers to the womb has been opened, so but the tumor should go in. No, why? The tahara bilua eina mitamah. Because tahara bilua means absorb. The tahara is still inside the tahara, and I think there's an issue of, to remember, tumah goes out, tumah doesn't go in. Okay, so then, in this case, if the first one is made, the second one is alive, tahor. Harishon chai. V'hasheni meit tameh. If the first one was alive, but the second one is stillborn, then the first one is tameh. Why? Even though they took the live one out of the house, nonetheless, right? Since when the first one was born alive, the womb was opened. And remember, we learned sof tuma. Let's say tuma always has a way out; it'll eventually come out. So therefore, once the womb is opened, if there's a child that's stillborn before, and obviously you'd have to assume, or the Gemara, the Mishnah assumes, that the first child was stillborn already. If the first child was alive and died in childbirth, that wouldn't apply, obviously. Rabbi Meir says, B'shvir echad tameh. That rule is true if both the children were in one placenta. But b'shnei shvirim, but if it was two placentas, tahor. I think shvir is a placenta, I'm pretty sure. No, I always got this confused. It's a membranous sac of a fetus. The placenta. Is that the placenta? Fetus sac? Anyway, either way, the idea is that the birthing sac, did the twins, were they together or were they separate? I'm not a doctor. I don't know, nowadays, is there such a thing as two birthing sacs? Interesting. Anyway, if there were two birthing sacs, shnei shvirin zachar zeh, tahor. Why? Yes, the womb opened, but the second child was still enclosed. The first child came out alive. The second child, the child that was stillborn, was still enclosed. But it's nonetheless not mitame if the second child, and if the children are in different placentas, then they're independent of each other. But we don't pass them like Rabbi Meir anyway. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha. Come on, make it a great day.